Howdy kiddos, how are you doing? You know The Sims, right? The life simulation game where you get to live out your fantasies of being rich, running a business, having a healthy marriage. Well, today we're going to push The Sims 4 beyond that and into probably one of the worst ways to play it. In like a moral sense, I guess. We're going to take The Sims 4 family system to its logical extreme and see just how inbred you can make a single sim. To begin, we must find ourselves someone for Pablo to doodle with. So let's just find ourselves the first woman. In this case, that would be Nancy. So I try to seduce her, and hypothetically, I'm not saying that you should, but you could lock her in your home so she can't leave, Stockholm Syndrome style. Or you could simply repeatedly invite her over if you want to feel like less of a horrible person. But since you're still planning to have incest with pretty much your entire family, I doubt you care. While this process goes on, I get Pablo some friends who may become useful later. Then I move Pablo in with Nancy to mooch off some of her wealth. If you want, you can ditch her old family, go ahead. They're not important to this, but since this move is about money, I keep them for now. Once Pablo gets there, I check to see if Nancy's pregnant, which she is, and thus begins the waiting game for the baby. This will be happening a lot, so from this point forward, I'll simply skip the pregnant stages to save time, but if anything substantial happens, I'll tell you. For instance, during this wait, for no explainable reason, Malcolm and the father Malcolm, I don't care enough to look it up while writing this, they die unexpectedly. Really sad stuff, but hey, I needed the space for later generations. But yeah, I could have spared them, but then I would have had no income, so onward, I guess. The kid is born, I give him a good name, and I start the aging process until they are old enough to have their own kids. Lovely, isn't it? Being born the same day you're going to have your own kid. But before I do that, Roberto here will need a special someone. That friend of Pablo, Liberty, I guess, from earlier, will work, and in doing so, we're going to get rid of the remaining trash. And a few birthdays later, they do the whole romance and kick-a-boodle, and once she's pregnant, I start some hobbies for Pablo to make some extra money now that the source of income is gone. He's going to do this by starting his career as an influencer, you know, the old-time classic. But back to the kiddo situation. I wash, rinse, and repeat until I get to Pablo's great-great-granddaughter, because here we get to where The Sims starts classifying them as descendants, familial game of Twister. You see, as you start intermingling with their descendants, we can create a sort of feedback loop where with each few kids or so, the game sort of folds in on itself like a piece of puffed pastry, but instead of puffy layers, the more you fold it, the closer you get to true close kin relations. The problem is, however, just how many times you have to fold it for that feedback loop to really take effect. Aubrey here ages in the blink of an eye, and for convenience is pregnant and immediately has a kid, and no, it's not because I lost the footage of her romancing someone and don't care enough to look for it. What do you take me for? Okay, idiot? Some moron? Some stupid little man boy? Huh? Well, the baby's born, and thankfully it's female, since if you've forgotten, we're trying to get our boy Pablo to sleep with his kids. Randomized to have the name Micah, with some traits less romantic. And now came the moment of truth. We did, boys. Mission accomplished. Time for the part you all came here for. You know, the actual incest. Well, we get Pablo to wine and dine and dash and smash brothers his great-great-granddaughter with his usual routine. And after playing a game of Connect before the baby is born, and the cycle starts again. This time, with the first incest baby, Adolfo. Ain't he a sight to see? Well, he ages like the rest of them. And after a little check on who we can romance next, Liberty is the only one available. Well, we have Pablo give her a flower, and like the art student he is, he just gets her pregnant, and the baby is born. Her name is Brandy, and Then she has a kid of her own. I honestly almost forgot about her entirely, so I had to I get a weird name and slightly modify it, so now we've got BG. But now since we have 8 Sims in the household, we need to move some out for new generations. But mind you, they won't really be leaving since the doors are all still locked from the Nancy days. Oh no, there's a bit of a predicament now. There's no family members available left to kick Google. That's no good. So to remedy this, we need another family member. So we get Pablo here to do his old romance and the like. In doing so, he may have gotten an STD since his hair has changed color and he's now sick, so I guess sleeping around with your whole family is not a good thing after all. Then Aubrey is pregnant and the kid is born named Rhonda because why not, I guess. By this point I was feeling a bit drained, all things considered, and this was not my first attempt, so I was just aiming to get this last generation done with. Then we send good old BG here to hook up with Rhonda. It goes well, what a surprise. This family's tree is basically a circle at this point, and for no reason, the butler, who I failed to mention up to this point, just kind of dies. I don't know. I don't really care. The kid is born to name Charlotte for obvious reasons. Pablo appears on Charlotte's tree a whopping, drum roll please, 3 times. Yeah, I wanted it to be more, but for now, this is what I got for this little challenge thing, if you want to call it that. It was just mentally draining since I did nothing but wait and then reproduce. But if this video gets more than that good 20 views we typically get, I might do it again, or a similar format. I don't know. Well, I guess I'll see you around then. Goodbye.